Yes, this one was one of the very first things Gordon and I wrote together, and it meant a lot to me at the time because it's a very meaningful song to me, and especially now because my parents have passed on, and I had wonderful parents, you always miss your parents. There's not a day goes by I don't miss my parents. But I just have, thank you. But I just have I smile now when I think about them. It's just like those good things that just remain there in that part of the brain that you don't forget. I usually dedicate this to them, and I'm going to tonight, but my father was an art teacher in a very big secondary school in South London, and he had a phenomenal 4-year art course that he would do, pre-diploma course. It was almost like going to college art. And a couple of you would be in the class for 4 years, you go through it. And one of the pupils was David Jones. And I didn't know about David or his friend George Underwood, who's still one of my best friends, and David's very best friend. And George did a couple of David's album covers, and as well as an amazing painter himself. So he was kind of like a family friend, because he and my dad really hit it off, because they were both sort of a little out there, my dad and David. And so before I went to the school, Dad would take me to this event. They had a fair, we called them fetes, where you'd raise money for the school or whatever, the lost property department, something like that. And but on the stairs of the school, the stone steps, was this band called the Comrades were playing, and there was this guy on the end playing sax, singing Elvis Presley songs. And it was David, or Dave, as we call him. And I said, I want to be him. And who is he? And so I was 10 at the time. and then a couple of years later, I went to the school. And the first thing I did was look up Dave Jones. And we became fast friends, and with George as well. And then my dad said, well, why don't you guys bring your guitars to school, and sometimes, whenever you want, I'll stick them in my office, and then during lunchtime you can jam, We didn't know what he meant by jam, though, at that point. I'd not learned that word yet. And so we did. We sat on the art block stairs, and where it was all concrete, so it was really echoing, great echo, And so two of them would teach me Buddy Holly songs and Eddie Cochran songs and Elvis songs, and I would teach them Shadows numbers. And so if you fast forward to when David, who's always been there for me whenever I've needed help, he was always a phone call away, as it were, and he called me up and he said, would you like to come play on my next record? And I said, what took you so long? And so I always wanted to play with him, and we would be on the same stage, but in different bands. So I went to Switzerland, and we did the Never Let Me Down record. And then while I was there, one night he asked me, we went out to dinner, and he said, what do you think about taking it on the road with me? I'm going to do this Glass Spider tour thing. And I said, hold on, let me think about that. Yes. And so the thing that I can never thank him for enough is the fact that my career it wasn't doing great at all then. And what he did was, he took me, and he knew what he was doing. David always knew what he was doing. and he reintroduced me around the world in stadiums as the guitar player, so I could never thank him enough. And he saw what had happened with the pop thing and all that, and he knew that I was the musician, so that was wonderful that he did that. And so tonight, I'm going to dedicate this to my mom, my dad, and Dave Jones. What do you do when you love? There's no tomorrow. You hold hands, sing songs, you live life till you're gone, not forgotten. What do you do when you're sad and heavy laden? You reach deep and beyond. You give love till you're gone, but not forgotten. For those who went before, why are they remembered? They held their hands, sang us songs, lived their lives till they were gone, but not forgotten. No, no, never forgotten. Ooh. Find your light and turn it on, shine it